Ooh. Alrighty, well, aloha there, and we're back to learning more about Siberia. Siberia being a very big place means that learning about it is a big, monumental, or mountainous task. So, yeah, I've already gone through, what is it? The gist of through here? Well, good gist. I didn't even, read through a good part of this. And even then, I'll just skim through it. Climate. So the climate in Siberia's region is pretty much wintry cold. However, they have a good temperate forest and even some dry temperate areas. It's a very diverse place. And when it comes to climate changes around the region, it's going to be a much different place than what it is currently now. So do. Yeah, almost. Actually, no, let me start here. Vegetation in Siberia mostly consists of tundra with the tundra belt on the northern fringe and a temperate forest zone in the south. The climate of Siberia varies dramatically, but it typically has short summers and long, brutal, cold winters. On the north coast, north of the Arctic Circle, there is a very short, about 1 month long summer. So, almost all of the population lives in the south along the route of the Trans Siberian Railroad. Going back to this, so it could be in my head, the Trans Siberian Railroad expands all the way from Moscow to all the way down here to what expands further to Vladivostok. But, this is an early map that shows how it was pretty much built. So, what is it? Yeah. So, the rest of the page just talking about climates and all stuff. Let's get through. An abundance of sunshine and exceedingly fertile charazone soils, southern Siberia is good enough for profitability agriculture, as was demonstrated in the early 20th century. By far, the most commonly occurring climate in Siberia is continental subarctic, with the annual average temperature of about 23 Fahrenheit, an average of for January of negative 13 Fahrenheit, and the average for July of 63 Fahrenheit or plus 17 Celsius. And yeah, it just talks more further about here. So yeah, Vladivostok. Oh no, Verkhovnosk, a town further north and further inland. According to the temperature, yes, about negative 93.6 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 69 Celsius. For 3 consecutive nights, 5, 6, and 7th February 1933. Oh, talk about living during a Great Depression in this time, damn. Okay, going through here. Go through. Okay. The rest of Russian Siberia, the world's greatest temperature variation between summer's highs and winter lows, often well over 94 through 100 plus Celsius, 169 through 180 plus Fahrenheit between the seasons. Southwesterly winds bring warm air from Central Asia and the Middle East. The climate in West Siberia, or Novosibirsk, is several degrees warmer than in the east, where the north on the extreme winter subarctic climate prevails. But summer temperatures in other regions can be reached plus 38 Celsius, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. In general, Sangha is the coldest Siberian region, and the basin of the Yan has the lowest temperatures of all, with permafrost reaching 4,898 feet. Nevertheless, Imperial Russian plans for settlement never viewed the cold as an impediment. In the winter, southern Siberia sits near the center of the semi-permanent Siberian high, so winds are usually light in the winter. Yeah, you pretty much have precipitation in Siberia is generally low, yeah, where most winds flow from the Sea of Munchk on to high mountains, producing the region's only major glaciers, though volcanic eruptions and low summer temperatures allow only limited forests to grow. Precipitation is high also in most of the Primor on the extreme south, where monsoonal influences can produce quite heavy summer rainfall. Along with this is just the data of all of the climate. So, okay, now we're in global warming. Alright, so other than that diagram, there's also this picture, Siberian tundra. As it looks, it's very close to, I keep on thinking of Seattle, Washington State. And, Alaska to an extent. Because what is it? Even Alaska is quite colder than most of Siberia. Or you could at least say a good part of Siberia. Siberia is that big, so. And you have the big old jolly map that shows the climates around the Siberian region. So, yeah, going through everything, it can be quite preposterous, but it's most known for its outrageous cold seasons and times where it's like in the highest in this world, like negative 90 plus degrees Fahrenheit. Or, 69 Celsius. Well, negative 69 degrees Celsius. So, yeah. Yet, there's still some people who still live there, and when it came to the Russian government, either the Empire, the Soviet Union, or modern day government, they don't have much issues. They just have the land here. Global warming. Researchers, including Sergei Karboptin at Tomsk State University and Judith Marquand at Oxford University, warned that Western Siberia has begun to thaw as a result of global warming. The frozen peat bogs in this region may hold billions of tons of methane gas, which may be released into the atmosphere. Methane is a greenhouse gas 22 times more powerful than carbon dioxide. In 2008, a research expedition for the American Geophysical Union detected levels of methane up to 100 times above normal in the atmosphere above the Siberian Arctic, likely the result of methane clathrates. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, okay. Math. Yeah, I say math. Methane clathmates being released through the holes in a frozen lid of seabed permafrost around the outfall of the Lena and the area between the Laptev Sea and Eastern Siberian Sea. Since 1988, experimentation at the Pistone Park has proposed to restore the grasslands of prehistoric times by conducting research on the effects of large herbivores on permafrost, suggesting that animals, rather than climate, maintain the past ecosystem. The Nature Reserve Park also concludes climatic research on the changes expected from the reintroduction of grazing animals or large herbivores, hypothesizing that a transition from tundra to grassland would lead to a net change in energy emission to absorption ratios. I wonder if there's a formula for that. According to Vasily Kronoshkov, approximately 31,000 square kilometers of the Russian Arctic has subjected to a severe environmental disturbance. Don't let me reveal. It's just pretty much this paragraph. But it does show that global warming does have a hitch into the region. How there's going to be a lot of things changing for. It doesn't even say the bad or the good, just dangerous and even a subjected to severe environmental disturbance. So pretty much a grand change of things. You can say better for the worst. More warm weather, but then again, a lot more issues when it comes to environmental hazards like methane gas. So yeah, that is a thing. And this is not just Russia looking through it, but also when it came to people from the UK, from the United States. A lot of people are looking through the changed Siberia, and probably because it's by the Arctic Circle region with not just Canada and Alaska, but also Greenland to an extent. So, fauna, birds, order Galliformes. Galliformes is an order of heavy-bodied ground-feeding birds that includes turkeys, chickens, quail, and other landfowl. Okay, Galliformes. Okay, so pretty much just ground birds. Family Tetraonada. You have a bunch of animals being listed through here. Family Fantasidel, and then you have the mammals. So these are the bird family. Was it capercaillies occupy much of the Siberian tundra? Oh, they look like a wild version of a chicken. Damn, prehistoric. And the muskov, Bolosho Beshkif Island of Leptc. That's a different type of buffalo. And wait a second. Yeah, I think they're part of the mammal group, unless they from the the Mushkovo. Yeah, musk ox and musk osk. Okay. So yeah, they should be part of the mammal family. Let me actually see somewhere here. The Siberian musk deer. Well, they're listed here. You also have the carnival people. Are they around here? No, I actually don't see them. Okay, so I guess that they had a bunch of animals here that is not even linked. But I think it gets the gist. There's a lot of animal life in the region of Siberia. So, under mammals, order, was it Artilodactyl? The even-toed ungulates are ungulates, hooved animals which bear weight equally on 2 of their 5 toes, the third and the fourth. Okay, so when it came to here, then you have the family Canidae, or carnivore, yeah, this is carnivore, or was it carnivora? Is an order of phasidum mammals that has specialized in primary eating flesh. There's different ways of saying it. Yeah, what is it? People say carnivora, but you can say carnivore, and it's like a tomato situation. But family Canidae or Candae is a biological family of dog-like carnivores. Ah, man, I can't even say it right now. Shoot. But yeah, carnivores, colloquially referred to as dogs, and constitutes a clade? Clade or clad? And then you have, the Felidae, then the Mustaldae, and the Eurystai. So these are pretty much the flora or the fauna, and that's the fauna. Because flora is flowers, fauna is living life, our animals. So we pretty much have all these pictures here. So yeah, going up. Polar bear on Ragnar Island. Kamashka brown bear, Kamashka Peninsula, Siberian tigress and cub, or tiger. Whoa, what is it? No, I actually got this wrong. No, so tiger can either mean just a bunch of tigers or a male tiger. But if you want to refer to a female, you won't just say a female tiger. You could also say tigress. That's a proper way to say it. Two saddle Bactrian camels shedding their coat in the Altair, was it Altai mountain range? And then you have the pretty much most. So pretty much everything is separated grand here from the fauna and the mammals. Because yeah, I gotta always remember. And yeah, here's the bit. When it comes to birds, they are share the ancestry of prehistoric creatures. So they're not necessarily mammals. Mammals would refer to specific living animals. But was it fauna? Just know that that's just animals in general, or living animals. Because what is it? You could have different forms of plant life, insect life, and stuff, but they won't consider part of the fauna. They're insects. But who knows? People might include that and such. I mean, was a flora and fauna? We really just don't go that. It's just too broad, too general. So yeah, going through all this, and yeah, so many deers, so many things. From different types of bird species to types of mammal species, from a brown bear type native there to a striped tiger that is native there, the Siberian tiger or Siberian, what was it, Kamachka brown bear, so far eastern brown bear, because there's other bears around the region and all this stuff. Then you got the flora, the vertical Letrix. Oh yeah, I can't pronounce all this. But the Siberian large Letrix Siberian trees in summer, Kaneshka Alata Nature Reserve in Kemerovo Oblast. It's so flat, so range. It looks nice. Let's see the link. Okay, so as you can see when it comes to the pictures, yeah, it tends to be very diverse, yet the range of the flora, pretty much all the plants and vegetation there is more, I like to always say sharp, but the type of animal, no, the plant life that facilitates, I don't know what we call it, but you remember you have the classic family. So let's actually go here. So a frost hardy tree native to western Russia, close to the Finnish border to the east. Yeah. So frost hardy. Okay, it's a species of large native to the eastern. Yeah. Their description, meaning signs, just like a Finnish tree. Yeah, struck. Alright. Let me just go through this last one. Okay, is a spruce native to Siberia from the Ural. Yeah. So spruce. Okay, spruce is a tree of genus. Oh, gotcha. That is the word I'll definitely describe the environment. All the plant life there is pretty spruce. The other ones say like spiky hardy, but yeah, it's a spruce types of vegetation that everything is just sharp. Everything tends to be very straight, pointy, like a teen with spiky gelled hair. So it is characterized with this. Way different than, like, say, a tropical rainforest from the Amazon basin. So yeah, that's what you can categorize all of the flora. So you have notable sovereign states in Siberia. Well, going through the politics, was it first to third century CE? Was it the Union state? The Shinbei state or confederation was a nomadic empire which existed in modern-day Mongolia, Inner Mongolia, northern Xinjiang, northeastern China, Ganzhou, Berga, Zaporozhye, Kra. Yeah, okay, yeah, all these regions that compromise here. So yeah, this is the first to the third century CE, and then going further down, you got the Mongol Empire, to the Russian Republic, to the Soviet Union, Russian Federation. Wait a second, okay, so you have the Soviet Union, and you have the Russian Soviet Federalist Socialist Republic, previously known as the Russian Soviet Republic. Okay, yeah, Soviet Russia. Okay, so something to always remember is that not just me, for y'all, is that when it came to the Soviet Union, Russia was one big ass state that was part of the Union, but it didn't encompasses all that. Was it people say like Soviet Union, Russia, or pretty much Russia? I'm just explain the Soviet Union. It has its own entities. But when it came to the Siberian region, yeah, first Turkic. Was it Turkic? Established by. Oh wow. And then once you get to Russia, pretty much around here in the late 1500s, the Russian Tsardom, okay, was the centralized Russian state from this assumption of the title of Tsar by Ivan the Fourth in 1547 into the foundation of the Russian Empire by Peter the Great in 1721. So before that, you had this territory was Tartar and Bashkir, located in the southwestern Siberia with Turkic Mongolian ruling class. Alright, so pretty much going through all this, a bunch of states. Well, the first one was actually part of Mongolia, which part of Mongolia became a Turkic Middle Eastern group, which later became part of the Mongolian Empire around that region. And then, when it came to variations, the late 1500s, Russia stepped in with the Tsardom Kingdom, to the Russian Empire, to the Soviet Union, and the Russian Federation. So what is it? You have the Russian Republic. That's pretty much this. Referred to as the Russian Democratic Federal Republic. Yeah, short-lived control until the Bolsheviks came in. You have the Russian Federation, which did they have the same flag? Okay, got that. Yeah, you can say the same flag. Maybe they even changed the big color, but who knows? Border and Administration Division. Okay. The term Siberia has both a long history and wide sequence and association. The understanding and association of Siberia have gradually changed during the ages. Historically, Siberia is defined as the whole part of Russia and North Kazakhstan to the east of Ural Mountains, including the Russian Far East. According to that definition, Siberia extended eastward from the Ural Mountains to the Pacific Ocean, or Pacific Coast, and southward from the Arctic Ocean to the border of Central Asia and the national borders of both Mongolia and China. What is it? Soviet era sources and modern Russian ones usually define Siberia as a region extending eastward from the Ural Mountains to the watershed between Pacific and Arctic drainage basins, and southward from the Arctic Ocean to the hills of the north central Kazakhstan and the national borders of both Mongolia and China. By the definition, Siberia includes the federal subject of the Siberian Federal District and some of the Ural Federal District, and yada yada yada. Okay, yeah. Chelyabinsk, Oblast, region, such. In Russian, Siberia is commonly used as a. Actually, yeah. Let me actually skim a bit through this. Yeah. So, major cities. Alrighty. So yeah, going through all this, other sources may use either a somewhat wider definition that states the Pacific coast, not the watershed, is the eastern boundary, thus including the whole Russian Far East, as well as the northern Kazakhstan into the subregion of the southwest. Yeah. In Russian, Siberia is commonly used as a substitute for the name of the federal district by those who live in the district itself, but less commonly used to denote the federal district by people residing outside of it, due to the different interpretations of Siberia, starting from Tumen to Chita. The territory generally defined as Siberia. Some people will define themselves as Siberian, while others not. While others may not, or others not. Would you like to say while others may not? Because, okay, if they won't consider themselves as Siberians, would the government consider that? Would the locals consider them to other people? The number of factors in recent years, including the fomenting of Siberian separatism, have made the definition of the territory of Siberia a potentially controversial subject. In the eastern extent of Siberia, there are territories which are not clearly defined as either Siberia or the Far East, making the question of what is Siberia one with no clear answer, and what is a Siberian one of self-identification. And I think that really does go show how, yeah, learning about the Siberian region, some people consider this them or that, and I think this even reflects to a type of community custom, since this is not from the page, but it talks about, but I remember something that talks about a lot in detail about how Soviet Union was a place where not from Stalin. I mean, he's a main character, but from Ivan the Terrible. No, not Ivan the Terrible. Just the last Tsar in the Kingdom of Russia, pretty much did a lot of effort to make everybody who's in the Russian region all Russian and not accept any ethnic groups, which led to a bunch of discrimination and prejudice to the point that you don't have all these groups unless they're like very small. And yeah, even Ivan the Terrible could have a viewpoint of that. But they really, especially Stalin and the Soviet Union when he's in power, did a big job in making sure that the ethnic groups who living in the Soviet Union were just Russian, and nonetheless. Federal subjects of Siberia, the GSE, from the Ural Federal District, Siberian Federal District, Far Eastern Federal District, and federal subjects to the Ural Federal Districts. So yeah, I'm skimming through this because I only don't have much time. Oh look, Chelyabinsk, Oblast. So yeah, you have the, what is it, Validovsk. Oh, it's pretty big. Amur Waterfront in Kamish. And Novosibirsk is the largest city in Siberia. Really? And then you have pretty much how these graphs here map at the most populated area of Siberia with collectible cities. Yeah, pretty much here. And population of the 9 biggest Siberian cities in the XX century. Showing that there's big populations now in this region. And large cities, which goes to show that it's pretty good. I mean, looking through all this, yeah, it's a prosperous region that has some governance. It is a place. Yet they don't view themselves as separate states, which is strange. But, alright. Well, I'll head back to this next time. What is it other than that?